Hi ladies, it's Penny here. I thought I'd better come on YouTube. I've not been on for a couple of weeks. I've not been idle. I've done a couple of projects for a little group I'm in, Play By Me. And they were doing a Melanie, her name, is it Melanie? Fairies and butterflies. So this was one of my entries. I had that top glass dome that you can see in front of you from a charity shop. Now, I had a light at the top because it was meant to be the other way up, and you had like artificial flowers in it and the little light lit them up. But for this project I found the light wasn't strong enough, so I added my own little fairy lights as I'm demonstrating. So I started off, I've got this in front of me, this camera, I'm trying to show you everything. This bottom part is a candle, you know, a glass candle holder, us from a charity shop. And as I say, the top part, this part up to there, is a dome. I think it cost me £2. I got two, and I can't remember if £2 each or two for £2. Anyway, that's what I thought I'd start off with. So I did a base to make a floor in there, naturally, so that's somewhere. This is Tinkerbell's birthday party, I think, because she's definitely Tinkerbell, that little fairy in there. I've put a fairy at the top. Oops, can you see? With some little flowers around her, like that, and that's where the lights start from. The lovely fairy I've painted up came from Zena, who does acrylic moulds for us, and that's one of her fairies. It's beautiful. Inside I did a little party thing, what do you call it, you know, a little party flag thing, but I didn't like it, so I ended up sticking flowers around it as well. So, and she's got a couple of instruments, a guitar and a violin to play music. The table, the top, is made from Tic Tacs, you know, them little packs of Tic Tacs, mints. So the plastic top of it was just the right size for a table, which I covered with paint, I think, and there's a little bit of lace, lilac lace around it. The cake, I'm hoping you can see. I'm going to try and go forward in this a little bit without going all fuzzy. Press it with that one pen, that's it. The cake, let it get in focus, and the cookies. And there's a knife there somewhere. Where's the knife gone? There's the knife. Can you see it on the plate? The plate, the knife, the cake, the cookies, whatever else is there, jam tart, I made from female clay. And the little jug. See, she can have some cream on it because she's got a little jug. There's a little bottle I made in there, on the other side. Let's turn it. If you can tell, there she is. The bottle's tilting, and she's got a little gold cup. A rabbit I just put in for fun, and there's Tinkerbell, who's originally a cake decoration. So I just changed the colour of her dress and changed the wings a bit and sparkled her up. And I think she does the business. I then made some, there you can see the floor a bit now. It's got some nice little roses on, which I just put a bit of glitter on. I was trying to put as much glitter so that the lights sparkle on it, naturally. It's annoying me, that bottle that's tilting now. Anyway, there's also just a couple of female roses I made. There's another one. Okay, and the rabbit is sat on a I've got to be careful when moving this, it's going to come off the tin. The rabbit's just sat on a wooden square bead. I put flowers around the rim. Well, I put some lace first. Oh, my finger gone there. Put some lace first, and then some little flowers. I had these purple ones, but I didn't have these. These were white. So I just used my marker pens and made them the colour I wanted them to be. Oop. So that was okay. So we'll move on down. Move on down. Oh, I'll have to put out now, don't I? Bear with me. I'm coming. There we go. Hey. So this is the stand. I wish it'd stay still now. This is the stand it's on. So I got this moss on a roll. It was from a place we've called Dunnar Mill, which sells household stuff, a bit of crafty stuff, all sorts of stuff, curtains, the lot. I did try and keep it in part by spraying it with hairspray, because if you know what dried moss is like, or artificial moss, it's very flaky. So I'm hoping that will be, I can always spray it again. I think this part needs another spray myself, because every time I pick it up I see bits underneath. The door is from Fimo Clay and the little window, and they were originally on my attempt at a fairy house made with folding pages, you know, in a book, and I made a fairy house and I made this door. So I've not done a lot, but I've just glammed them up a little bit more and repainted them, freshened them up. I made the little fairy shoes out of felt. I don't know if you can see them. Ooh. Oops, if I lift that up, I go like that and hold it for a second till it focuses itself. Anyway, you get the idea? Tiny, tiny little fairy. Going out again now, ladies. Hold your breath. Oops. Come in again, pen. Right. Tiny little fairy shoes, which I've made quite a few of actually. Something a bit bigger than this. For something else that I'm doing in the summer. I won't bore you with it on this one, but some of us madcap idea I have for the summer, you know what I'm like. So around the outside, we put some little pebbles as well, and got these lovely little flowers here, which were just nice as woodland type flowers, I thought. I put long thin grasses coming up, like the stem of whatever it is, a tree, a plant, and then I put some of these slightly darker ones, and they've got a lovely feel, little velvety feel on these leaves. So I left those. I didn't try to colour them. I have coloured the green ones in different green than what they were originally. I've also stuck in little bits of dried moss, pink moss here. There's an odd shell, because I think they look nice in gardens. I keep thinking I've got lots of glue strings, but I don't think I've got that many. It's just the wire, you know, from the lights. So that's going around the outside. I did add a bit of glitter to the grass as well, just to make, you know, a bit of sparkle. Little stamens from the centre of flowers, so they were green, so I just put them in as little berries. A little bunch of berries in pink here. The butterflies were just from a cheap pack from, I think, the pound shop or one of them cheap craft shops. And I got two, but I didn't like it when I turned them around that they were white on the back, so I got my marker pens out and I coloured them in to a darker colour. So there's the window, and I just used a pearly paint to give the illusion of you know, glass on there. So I'm quite pleased with that. But as I say, I was hoping that the light at the top would have been enough to light up the whole thing. But it wasn't, so I had to resort to a battery operated one, which, here, I'll come down again, pen. So, which I didn't know where to put because the base isn't big enough to stick it underneath. So I've covered it with moss. I'd made these a long time ago for one of my little mini projects, little toadstools. And there's a little mini ladybird or ladybug, as the Americans say. That's out of Fimo. And just had fun putting different... and I like the way the glitter has gone a bit like spider webby. I don't know if you could tell it on here, but it looks like there's like spider's webs over that little mound here. I quite like that. So, and a little rabbit eating a carrot. So maybe he's invited to the party with that rabbit as well. I don't know. So I've got an idea where this is going. To a young lady, and I hope she likes it and enjoys it as much as I enjoyed making it. So that's been one of my projects, as I say, for a lovely little group called Play By Me. And on the same theme, let me get this out the way for you ladies. Oopsie daisy, over your heads. I'll switch it off, save the battery. There we go. Oops. So the first thing I did for the little group, if I could stand that there and bring the closer. The first thing I did for this butterfly fairy challenge was the card. And of course it was my first time at making a card like a waterfall card, as it's called, but I give anything a go. I've had this cut out fairy for I don't know how long, stashed away, and I didn't like, it was very white, you know, the rim around it was very white, so I coloured it in a darker cream. The rabbit's from a die cut, and I also cut out like a shadow of him in Valium, cream Valium, and it just gives that, I don't know, a bit of dimension, a bit of shadow on it. And I gave him a little pearl accent collar with a little tiny diamante. So that was that. I made the card myself, and it's just got some purple card and a small white card and this papered card. And this die cut is actually fun foam, you know, children's fun foam. So I had this corner die cut, so I did that, and just added the scent of the flowers and a little bit of glitter. Die cut 2 butterflies. They're not identical, but I don't think it matters. I just like the 3D effect. So that was that. And then inside, the world's worst writer, but I just like the poem. Few folks, and you're going, I'm going to bore you now ladies, because I'm going to read it out. Few folks have seen a fairy, but I found this one just for you. If you believe with all your might, she'll make your dreams come true. And she'd come to me. Anyway, I've a nice little stick-on butterfly at the bottom. And these fairies, this was I had it on a CD and I printed it off, stuck it on a piece of card, fussy cut all around it, changed the colour of her dress because I didn't like it, and gave her a die cut. Again, this is that, you know, children's foam. What do you call it? Funky foam? Funny foam? Something like that. So, but I had this nice half butterfly, if you know what I mean, side-on butterfly wing. So I coloured that to match her dress, thereabouts. I stuck some tiny little diamantes on it, And she's got glitter and little diamantes and that round there. So she's from a ballerina, she turned into a butterfly because they can. I went out. This has got about 6 layers on it because I never got this right. You know what I'm like. Measurement and penny don't go in hand, as my maths teacher 50 odd years ago, I suppose, would have told you. But still, we get there in the end. Love this little one. Again, it's just up a CD-ROM of fairies, and cut her out, glittered her up and stuck her on. The next one, whoops, if we can go up, this is a bit more of a funky one. She's lying really like on against a tree. She's more, I don't know, funky, you know, not usual type of fairy, if you know what I mean. She's like one of them. I don't know what you call them. More impish rather than fairies. Impish fairies, I suppose. But I think they're very sweet. And I don't know who the artist is who makes these, who drew these, but I think they're gorgeous. So she's on with her owl, and I did fussy cut round all of it because I just wanted her on it and not what was behind her. And then the last one is, it's another like sprites, aren't they? Sprites, fairies. Anyway, there's a nice shell in this one, that's why I like this picture. And flowers and little fairies. So that's my first, don't laugh, Amanda Charlesworth, my first thing of a waterfall. And I just took 2 pearly brads, and I must get some more of this paper. I do love this pearl effect paper, it's very pretty. So that was my first addition to the Butterfly and Fairy challenge. So that's ready to depart from my house to whatever house it goes to. While I was on the fairies, I did this little one as well. I've used this image on a few projects. Again, it's from, you know, it's a ballerina type fairy, and I coloured all the bits in, feathery bits with, you know, accent of pearl, and put little diamantes on. I found that other fairy with that wing, so I put him just on the corner. Put a lovely green velvet to match this green velvet down there, and I think she's very nice. And a little hole there, I cut it out, and I should have just gone around the edges, I know, with a marker pen because I can see the white on it. It's okay, feel free to tell me, I don't mind. And inside I've stuck some blue card and a little cut out fairy. So, but I was just saying that I love this design, and I found it so versatile. I did this with it some time ago. I'll put it up against there, you can see it. It's the same size. So what I did with this one was, I didn't do her legs because that would have been too much, but I did embroider her little shoes, and then I embroidered around all her feathers. That's what they are, feathers. And then I stuck, I don't know if you can see, I sewed, I didn't stick, everyone hand sewn little sequins. And you see, aren't they gorgeous? And I did a little bit of embroidery for her bodice. I stuck her a little pearl in her head. So I don't know where this is going, but it'll go in a fabric book of some kind. But as you know, I've done a few of these type of thing, embroidering over images, and I do like that very much. And I've got to go now, ladies, but I will be back to show you some more. Bye for now, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll be with you soon. Bye.